Hello and welcome back. My name is Carl from Monroe Live, and we are here today at the Detroit International Auto Show. So let's look around and see what we can find. Hello again, and we are at the General Motors booth. We're looking at the electric Chevy Blazer, the electric Silverado, and the electric Equinox. Now these are pre-builts. These are not quite prototypes, a little farther along than that, but these are not production built vehicles. Now because of that, I've asked about the styling. They said the styling is on point where it's going to be. The fit and finish, the execution, however, is still a one-off hand-built design. All right, so now let's look at the styling of the three vehicles. You'll notice the high gloss black accents on the lower section of the vehicle and on the roof line. That's common between these vehicles. Now here's my question. Is that high gloss look just for the prototype, or is that intended for production? Is this just something to be impressive and something to be different for the auto show, for these pre-builds? Not entirely sure on that one. So then I was looking at the headlights and the taillights. There's a couple of different executions here. Yes, we have very long, straight, linear features, but then you'll notice the kind of hooked headlight on the lower right, kind of making a backwards 9. All right. Look at the taillight though on the Blazer. They're throwing in many different shapes, wrapping around that taillight to the side of the vehicle, covering through the rear, this one in a T shape. So the question becomes, the styling of those lights and the angular features, the very triangular shapes, the very hard corners mixed with the generally rounded features of an electric vehicle, do you like it or do you not? So when you come to the auto show, some of these vehicles you're allowed to get in, some you are not. Now, there's a couple of problems with that. I work for a company that did automotive seating, and because of people getting in and out of vehicles, when you were trying to have that premium interior, the premium look, the cars would get pretty dirty, pretty beat up quick. You have a couple things. One of them is called denim dye transfer. Any light interiors, any type of blue jean material is going to stain that seat. Another one is red. Red thread is horrible. The color always bleeds. So one of the guys, the prototype manager, he used to actually come around the auto show with a red Sharpie for all of his seats and try and fill in any of the color in the thread. Sometimes we would actually change the seats out of the vehicle every day during the auto show. So we'd pull the seats, put new ones in just to keep them fresh for the next day. Now, when we did the new Tesla Model Y and we removed that battery from the vehicle, the battery was a structural component to the vehicle itself. As a matter of fact, the seats in the interior mounted directly to the top of the battery. So this is a little different concept. Rather than the battery being removable from the frame structure itself is the battery housing. Now, the question that you would have here, however, is in the battery manufacturing. You would have to have a line that is capable for the entire frame while you're running the high voltage electronics, the cooling systems, all integral into that battery box. So then the question becomes, all right, is my time or is my expense in the manufacture? Is my expense in the material? Does combining these materials give me a benefit that outweighs the space that would be required on a manufacturing line, since it's not just the boundary of the battery, but the entire frame that I am managing? Well, of course, the F-150 Lightning. It's not really new. We have seen it. As a matter of fact, I drove the Lightning coming here to the auto show today. Comfortable enough ride. The only thing that was a little hesitant was the parking structure. 6'6" clearance on the parking structure. As I was driving, I was ducking my head as if I was going to shorten the height of the truck, The only issues that we had was that antenna. We dragged about 3 signs in the parking structure with that antenna. So, in October, you will begin to see videos from a Monroe & Associates teardown of an F-150 Lightning. So, stick around and subscribe if you have not subscribed so that you can see those videos in the future. So this Buick concept vehicle is a vehicle that makes me happy and sad at the exact same time. I'm happy to see something so different. I'm happy to see something that they really reached for. However, I'm sad that it's not real. Being a concept, being very artistic, it is not developed. It has not gone through the paces to verify whether this is a practical vehicle, something that they could actually make. Look at some of those features. Specifically, look at that roof line. So for a very low profile vehicle trying to get in, look how the roof kind of gull wings at the top to give yourself a little bit more headroom for ingress egress. Look at the style of those seats. Very swept back in their angle. Again, trying to fit 2 rows and basically getting your knees and legs underneath the row in front of you. You really don't have a flat wall. I really do like the look and I like the attempt of style, but I'm just very upset that, again, it is not real. All right, so crazy concept. However, I swear I saw something that looked exactly like this 10 years ago as a cutaway concept sitting up on one of the walls here at the auto show. It wasn't exactly like this. It probably was not from Lincoln, but when you get those crazy concepts, the themes unfortunately get shared between a lot of people and they get regurgitated over and over. A stylist comes up with something that they think looks great. However, once the engineer sees it for feasibility, it's like, yes, you can design it, you can't build it. And this is one of those things that, yes, you can design it, it looks cool, you can't build it. So I think it's important to make note of what we are not seeing here today. We did not review any Teslas. We did not review a Rivian. There was no Lucid. This is truly a show that is still a carryover from the old auto industry, the traditional auto industry. All right, does that mean that what we are seeing here today is not relevant? Some people would make that argument. Other people would say, this is the old auto industry trying to reinvent itself, to change itself. There are a couple of EV options available at every booth from every automotive company. So there are changes. So the question comes up to you. What are you going to buy? What are you going to look for in the future? Are you a traditional person? Are you loyal to a certain brand? Is that brand one of these older OEMs? Or are you interested in what's new and exciting? That's an answer you're going to have to give to yourself because I can't give it to you. I see things here that do excite me. And I know that there are buyers and there are many customers who are loyal to these brands who are looking for the offerings that they are going to have in the EV market. So it's important for us to recognize what is here and what is coming. So thank you very much for watching Monroe Live. I hope you enjoyed. Look forward to the Ford Lightning teardown videos that will be coming up in October. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe for those videos.